The Shema, the first of all the commandments, gets its name from the word that introduces the commandment. Shema, hear, O Israel. And what must Israel hear? The Lord is God, the Lord alone, there is no other. Therefore you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength. So in today's gospel, when Jesus is asked by the scribe, which is the first of all commandments, he repeats the Shema word for word, except he adds one phrase. You shall love the Lord your God not only with all your heart and strength and soul, but with all your mind as well. Now, why does he add that phrase? Because with our lips we can say one thing, but with our mind we can think another. Or more accurately, perhaps, we can affirm something with, believe it or not, one part of our mind, but deny it with another part, and thus we become double-minded, which is a term coined in St. James's letters. And Jesus goes on to say, and this is the second, you shall love your neighbor as you love yourself. There is no other commandment greater than these. However, at the Last Supper, Jesus gave a whole new commandment. He said, you shall love one another as I have loved you. In other words, we can no longer be content to love our neighbor as we love ourselves. It's no longer sufficient for us to do unto others as we would have them do unto us. No, the new commandment requires that we love one another as Jesus has loved us. What that implies is that this new commandment was intended to revolutionize human relationships. Quite literally, it was meant to change the world. Love one another as I have loved you. Jesus is saying, as I have done to you, so you must do to one another. Be kind, be considerate, be a Christian. So, when you think about the greatest commandment, the first thing that you have to think about is love. And then when you think about love, think about sacrifice. And when you think about sacrifice, realize that the greatest act of love is when you are willing to lay down your life for another. Because that's what Jesus did for us. Mother Teresa once said, Jesus gave us a new commandment. Love one another as I have loved you. And to make it easy for us to love in this way, he said, whatsoever you do to the least of my brothers, that you do unto me. Mother Teresa said, I call this the gospel of 5 fingers, 5 words. You did it to me. You did it to me.